Hello, today I'll be showing you how to set up the audio in Legion Memorial. Okay, so the first thing we're looking at is our wireless microphone here. It's got a yellow band around it. Usually it's up on top of this podium. Okay, and as you can see it says Shure, and here on the side it does remove from there. You've got controls for power and the mute. Okay, so we'll get back to that in just a moment. Now, our main controls are back here. Okay, and you see we've got the Mackie Sound amplifier. Okay, so the first thing we want to do, right now it's configured properly. The first thing that we want to do is we want to go around the back of the unit here. And if you can see, right alongside the power, there is a switch there. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn that switch on. Okay, and we'll come right back around to the front, and you can see that on the unit itself, we have a green power light, and we know that it is now on. Okay, so in order to use this wireless microphone, and you can see the wireless up on top, we have power and power again on the top unit. Okay, the rest of it does not need to be on to use this single microphone. So what we're going to do is we're going to switch back around to our wireless mic here. And we're going to remove that, and again, on the front of it, we have the power and the mute. Okay, so we're going to switch it to power. All right, and then if I start talking, you'll be able to hear in the background that the speakers are working. Okay, and so if I hit mute, what that'll do is it will leave the microphone on, and when I talk into the microphone, as I am right now, you will not be able to hear me until I unmute again, and then I'm over the speakers. So, just for good practice, I'm going to leave the microphone on and I'm going to turn it off. So we have, when you come in, it should be set to on, not mute, and it should be set to off, not power. And all you have to do to make the microphone work is switch it on to power after you've turned on the main unit. So, just looking at this, general setup is correct. Okay, you see the way the equalizer is set. Now, your volume for this unit is controlled right here. It says main master. Okay, and you can see I'm just slightly under the midpoint that says U up on top. Okay, so I'm about 1 to 2 notches under that. So what you want to do is when you come in, you want to make sure everything's working, and you want to do your microphone test. Okay, and you want to be approximately 4 to 6 inches away from the microphone when you're speaking. Okay, and so you want to use the person that is going to be doing the speaking anyway, and you want to have them to speak at a normal tone that's comfortable for them at this distance. And what you're going to do is you're going to have someone stand out in the room and gauge the sound, and then we're going to come back over here to our master, our main master, and adjust the sound based on that. It may be a little higher than it was. You can kind of hear the hiss go on as we go louder. So I'm going to go back to where I did for my voice, and that's essentially what you're doing in order to set this up and to make it work. Now, this microphone does run on batteries. If you see the end cap here screws off, and there are batteries. Now, typically, when we're looking for those things, they'll usually be located in one of these drawers below. So this one has pens and other such things. One of these will have batteries in them. Okay, as you can see in the middle one here, we have some different batteries that you might need. And then the other thing you may want to utilize inside of this room is the television. Okay, and if we look down at the floor right by the podium, we actually have an HDMI cable, which is what you're primarily going to use to connect your computer to the TV. And you can see our large television here with all the wires in the back. So controls for this television are either located here on the side. Okay, give me just a moment. I'm going to flip my camera around. Oops. Oh. Okay, so located here on the side, and the top one is power. Okay, so if we press that, we can see that our television is now turning on. And we also have on the bottom here this remote that goes with this television. It says Sharp on the bottom. It's a very large remote. Okay, and what we're looking at is, if you can see in the upper corner, it will read laptop, okay? And so in order to change that, to find your device, there's a button in the middle called input here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to press input, and it'll bring up on the side all of my inputs, and it should be set to laptop HD. Okay, and once you have that, you'll plug in your laptop and everything will work as you need it to. So the other important thing to keep in mind is that once we're finished with these electronics, we want to be sure to shut them off and to leave them in the same condition that they were when we came. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back around the back of this unit, and I'm going to switch it off again. Okay, and we'll look on the front to make sure we got that. And again, our green power button is not lit. Now everything on top of this main unit does not need to be turned off. So power here and here is fine. We'll leave that so that we don't mess up our wireless microphone. So from that point, you should be able to handle audio in here. And if you have any questions, you can get a hold of facilities and they'll be able to answer your question, or they'll reach out to someone who can. So anyway, thanks.